Teacher Mindy here with VIPKID, and this is video number 3 of When Life Gives You Toilet Paper, Empty Toilet Paper Tubes, Empty Rolls, but you're really wanting full toilet paper and it's just not available right now. What do? You can make props for your VIPKID classroom. What any good VIPKID teacher would do. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. When life gives you empty toilet paper tubes, make props. So in my first video, we made an owl. In part 2 of my video, we made a cute octopus. And in this video, we're gonna make a snake. My least favorite of all animals is a snake, but it was fun to make. So what you're gonna need for this prop is one 6" by 4 1/4" inch piece of paper, whatever color you want your snake to be, 2 Google Eyes, a Sharpie marker of your choice, glue, scissors. Now for this one, I decided to use my smallest scissors, my small sharp sewing scissors. Shh, don't tell any of the sewers. I used my small sharp sewing scissors. It was just easier for me to get in there for cutting my spiral cut to make the snake. And then I used an ink blotter. So I went ahead and used kind of like a turquoisey greenish blue to make the spots on my snake. You can do whatever you want. If you want to color your snake a certain pattern, you could use markers, or if you just want to put dots on like I did. I also found this little ink blotter worked really well for coloring the inside of my snake to just give it a little bit nicer finish to it. Okay, so first thing you're going to do, I already stamped all over my piece of paper for you, so you don't have to watch me do that. Then you're going to take and glue all over the back. And again, I like using tacky glue because I'm very impatient with waiting for it to dry. And I've actually discovered this works well to keep my glue upside down so it's ready to be used. It's about half full. So anytime I kept turning it over, I'd have to shake it to get it all down. But if I just keep it upside down in my little toilet paper tube, it was made a nice glue holder to keep it ready at the bottom to go. So the trick to getting nice coverage with your paper, your colored paper, is I press down and roll at the same time. So press and roll. That was my trick. Okay, so this is going to sit and dry just for a few minutes. You want it to be fairly dry when you're cutting into it so it doesn't start unraveling on you, the paper and from the roll. So as it sits and dries, we're going to talk about some fun things with VIPKID. So I had a really interesting student the other day. So this student, I'm going to tell you a story about, it's kind of funny, is very quiet and very shy, but when he met our new puppy, he just totally opened up to me. and started chatting and started showing me everything in his apartment, his goldfish, his plants, his everything all over his apartment. And all because I showed him the new puppy, which there's a video of the new puppy on my channel if you'd like to see that. And it just opened him up and made him not so bashful and reserved with me. So now every time I have class with him, it's at the end of class after he's done his full lesson, he takes me on a tour, shows me how his plants are growing, shows me his goldfish. All right, so now what you're gonna do is just start spiral cutting all the way around to make your snake. So you can see I'm just cutting on a little bit of an angle. You don't want it to be super wide because, you know, snakes are pretty thin. But you want to be enough of an angle where when you meet back here, you're not cutting it off. Does that make sense? So that's why it's a spiral cut. So you just keep spiral cutting it all the way around until you get to the end. One thing that I have noticed about the Chinese students is most of them, not all, take their education very seriously. Like, education is so important. When you ask them, so what did you do today? A lot of the times it's, oh, I took math class, I took Chinese class, I took English class. They take a lot of extra classes. There is about a 50 to 1 teacher ratio in their classrooms. So they don't have a lot of time to talk in their classroom and practice their English. So that is why so many of them will take English classes. But most of them take some kind of extra classes. They will often take art, music, and then also English classes, which is why they need so many teachers for teaching the Chinese students English. So in America, I feel like we don't take quite as many classes. It's more, hey, let's do something to help the students with things they're interested in, like maybe some sports or some horseback riding, which is what my girls did, or things to develop their interests. But in China, when they are young, their job is to learn. That's their job. So they take their education very, very seriously. They have exams to test to see if they can get into the best elementary school from preschool. And then they're testing to see if they can get into the best junior high and then the best high school. So what preschool and elementary school you go to determines all the way up to college. Because if you can get into the top preschool, you most likely can get into the top elementary school. If you can get into the top elementary school, then most likely you'll get into the top junior high, etc. So it's super competitive. There's so many people that live in China to begin with, and then you want to get your child in the top school. So therefore, you do a lot of extra outside tutoring. So a lot of their spare money goes to extra classes for their kids. So that's interesting. I didn't realize that. But therefore, they usually tend to be very good, studious students, very serious students. when we're teaching them. Okay, so I'm just kind of recoiling it up to where I want it to look more like a snake. You saw me gluing where my seams were from gluing my paper down. I just wanted to give a little extra glue there. You know, can never have too much glue. It's always my motto. See how it's coming up in this little spot? I just like to put a little extra glue there. All right, so we're almost done. What we're gonna do next is you can choose to leave it that brown color inside. So I did a brown toilet paper tube instead of a white one. And you could actually leave it brown. Brown's not so bad looking. Or you could go ahead and sponge the turquoise blue color all over it just to give it a little bit more of a finished look. Honestly, on camera, when you get your snake out to show the student, I don't think they're gonna notice very much, so I think we'll leave it brown this time. All right, so then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to glue my little Google eyes on, like so. And then I'm gonna glue my little tongue on. And there you have it. There's a snake made out of a toilet paper tube. And here's the one where I did the inking on the inside. You can kind of see just a little bit of difference, but not much. All right, so this is prop number 3 of the many part series. Haven't decided how many parts yet, which is why I'm not telling. Part 3 series of making props out of your empty toilet paper tubes. So this one, in my series, at the end, when I reach 150 subscribers, I will be giving away a set of my props for just a fun drawing giveaway. You're gonna win a set of my toilet paper tube props. So I have the snake, the octopus, and the owl. You'll have to stay tuned to see what part 4 is gonna be. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.